27. The deep shots have been working for both guys today. Who has the edge so far in this one?
Well, listen, this is very close. But you see that INT number? That's the difference right there, right? And really, that's the only turnover of the game, but that's all that Bowling Green needed to get back in. And then fourth down efficiency. They've been both terrible on third down, but Bowling Green's 2 for 2 on fourth down. And so the turnover, the long drives, and the fourth down efficiency brought them back to this tie ball game at half.
There are a couple of 70-plus yard plays from the Marshall offense in the early stages of this one. That's what got the ball rolling. Corey Gamage hopping up off the turf and taking it into the end zone. And then McMillan as well. The yards after the catch were something you pointed out to me before the game.
Yeah, they throw it short and intermediate, and they let their athletes go to work. One, like I said, was a fluke play. The other one was just a slanted man coverage, and he flat beat the guy and ran it in for a touchdown.
Matt McDonald has taken some hits today, but he stayed poised. They like to say he's comfy out of the pocket.
The toughness of a quarterback permeates through the entire locker room. When you got a tough trigger man, your team is tough. And the quarterback play, other than the one interception, has been stellar on both sides. But I've been super impressed by McDonald's ability to extend plays, show athleticism that maybe the book says he doesn't have, and the toughness we knew he had.
See the second quarter yards there, that really jumps out. The flip between the first and second quarter yards for Bowling Green, pretty incredible.
Amazing. Now the question is, who brings the energy and the attitude out of the locker room? We got an entire half. It's 0-0, right? If you're Bowling Green, you need to bring the attitude that you had for the second quarter for the whole second half. And if you're Marshall, you want to get this running game started again. You still have number 8 to hand it off to and begin to make big plays after establishing that run game.
Reese Verhoff kicks off what's, as Tyoka mentioned, essentially a new ball game and a new half about to get underway. Matt McDonald, after a rocky start, trotting out to the field. 16 of 27 in that opening half. They started to get vertical. They started to up the tempo a bit in that second quarter. They feel like he's getting better week in and week out.
And it really started in the second half of last week's game. They had a terrible start. They didn't like how the whole offense played against UCLA. Terrible start against Eastern Kentucky. They got into a rhythm in the second half. Didn't start great here, but they've been in a rhythm for the majority of the first half. Let's see what happens coming out of the locker room.
Opting to go to Payshawn Wimberly over along the sideline. He's a guy kind of filling in today with an elevated role due to the injuries they have at running back. Jamal Johnson out, Wimberly in.
That time they were able to get to the perimeter. They have not had a lot of success with these jet sweeps, reverses on the perimeter of the defense. That time they were able to pop one, get positive yards on first down. We said it the entire game. Being efficient on first down is a huge boon to this offense.
Flip it to the running back this time. It's Teron Keefe.
Like the misdirection off play action. A lot of times those tailbacks get lost after the fake, right? Until all eyes are on the quarterback sort of reversing his field. Watch the ball handling again. Token little fake there, goes back, climbs a little bit in the pocket, and you got a wide open guy against zone coverage. Again, one of the things we're seeing now that's different, you're seeing a lot more zone coverage from Marshall than you're used to seeing because of those big shots Bowling Green was able to hit earlier.
Third and short.
Now these corners are rolled up again. If I'm Bowling Green, I'm not afraid to take another shot.
They tried to go to Hilaire, who's the player.
Live ball.
And it's a live ball. Caught that off the deflection. The player who they had been going to on the deep shots in the opening half.
Boy, that's very scary there.
Yeah.
It appeared that was a backwards pass, and really heads-up play by the receiver to scoop that off the turf because that was a live ball. Could have gone the other way very easily. Let's see if that ball goes backwards. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a live ball. Now, you got to scoop this and run, and that's exactly what he did. How often do we see things, and that's a weirdly shaped ball, this football, right? It can bounce all different ways. It took a very fortuitous bounce for Bowling Green.
It's an odd opening possession there for the Falcons. Results in them booting it away here on 4th and 1. They're caught by Talik Keaton just inside of his own 30. Now Marshall will try to counter and rediscover the momentum they had at the beginning of the first half. Just dissipated as that second quarter went along.
Well, right now I'm looking at my offensive line and saying, okay, what kind of attitude are we going to come out with? Are we going to establish dominance at the line of scrimmage? Because if you dominate the line of scrimmage, I can call whatever, right? If I'm a coordinator and we can run the football, we can do anything. So those big guys up front, 319, 311, 300, 325, 316, control the line of scrimmage, and we can go to work.
Marshall head coach Charles Huff told us, control the tempo, run the ball, explosive plays, the name of the game. 1st and 10, delayed handoff to Laborn. You see how he bounces off of tackles. Tough to bring down.
Don't show me what a guy does in open field when nobody's around him. That's easy, right? I mean, I can gain yards when nobody's around me. Show me what a guy does in traffic after the first hit. Right, so he makes him stop and start. There's the first hit, second hit, third hit. He's always falling forward. That's the mark of a very good back.
Does it again there, and does so to move the chains here. Fresh set of downs coming up for the Thunder and Herd.
See, with all this going on, right? Momentum shifts and all that. If you're the Herd, you're saying, I've got number 8. I can turn around and hand the football to number 8 and reestablish a rhythm with my running game.
Kalen Laborn squeaks through a hole, hits the sideline, inside of Bowling Green territory.
Look, I get it. Wide open offenses throw the football around. That's all the rage. But I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter if it's 2022 or 2012. When you can turn and hand the ball off, it makes the game very easy for the offense and the play caller.
Laborn had back-to-back 100-plus yard games to open up the season. First player in Marshall football history to do that in his first 2 games wearing a Thunder and Herd uniform.
You deserve a little break right there, young fella, but not too long now. Get ready to come back. 5'11", 212, we said he runs harder than that. At low center of gravity, he stays low in his cuts. Very tough to bring down.
They bring in Ethan Payne, and Columbia goes to the air quick throw. It's kind of their bread and butter underneath, but the connection wasn't there with Jaden Harrison.
He's been outstanding at that right there all year. The easy slant throws with off coverage. He's been nailing them. We talked about him leading the nation in completion percentage coming in. Very rarely do you see him miss an easy layup like that, but he did.
Big 3rd down for Marshall.
If I'm Bowling Green, there's no way I'm blitzing here. I'm backing off.
They flip it to Payne. Gets a block on the sideline. Ethan Payne kind of made something out of nothing there. We'll see where they spot this. Looks like enough for a 1st down.
Again, this is what they do, the screens. They run tunnel screens. They run smoke screens. That was a bubble screen with blockers out in front, as you see the Herd with tempo.
They keep Payne in, keeps it. Ethan Payne went to high school about 7 miles away from Marshall's campus. They kind of describe him as a West Virginia-esque running back, the lumberjack style.
Tough, nothing flashy, breaks tackles, runs hard. He hits singles, though. He's not the home run hitter that Laborn is, and that's fine. He just moves the chains.
They brought Laborn back in there. Columbia had to get rid of it. Laborn up over 100 yards again today as there's a flag down.
6. 10-yard penalty.
So the Thundering Herd showing some tempo, getting in the rhythm, right? But then there's a Marshall beater that Coach Charles Huff talked about, limiting or eliminating the Marshall beaters to give ourselves to show the best version of ourselves, which you need to be every time you go on the road. They certainly were that last week.
The tempo from Marshall, do you want to see that? Kind of feels like more Bowling Green's game right now.
No, I do. I like the tempo change because that makes the defense get on their heels, and they can't substitute as much as they were before. And also, it just gets them sucking wind a little bit, right? Fatigue is always a factor.
Columbia steps up. Columbia goes down the sideline. Oh, a pretty grab. They're going to say it was out of bounds from Gamage.
Well, the coverage I love. And Gamage, he likes coverage like that too because he's physical. He has no problems playing in close quarters. Both guys get handsy. I like the no call. And that looks like a toe tap. Now, that left foot may have tapped out of bounds. The right foot's in bounds. There's no question about that. Let's watch the left one. Can't see it from there, but I believe that left foot tapped out of bounds.
And they're going to review it.
Yep. Can't tell from that angle if that left foot is out of bounds at all. I saw and confirmed that the right foot was completely inbounds, but I love the way he tapped his toes. Henry Ellett, the great wide receiver for the Los Angeles Rams, he was the wide receiver coach when I was in St. Louis with the Greatest Show on Turf, and he talked about letting your legs go dead. You don't try to spike the feet down. Just let them go dead along the sidelines. That gives you the best chance to get the toes tapped down. Flex your feet and let the legs go dead. He flexed the foot. I think that left foot's out of bounds, partner.
It appears that way. And remember, the call on the field is that he was out of bounds. You need indisputable video review evidence here to overturn that.
Love the effort, though. A little bit of a back shoulder. But, you know, this is where Gambage excels with the 50-50 ball. Gets a little separation with a push away. That's fine because there's a lot of contact. See the little subtle push right there? Just create a little bit of space. The great Isaac Bruce taught me that one. Hall of Fame wide receiver from Memphis, University of Memphis, and then with the Rams. He talked about you push down, Ty. You don't push away. That gets the officials' attention by pushing out and away. You push down real subtle. All you need is just a little bit of space to be able to then come back and make a play on the ball.
You've had some good teaching in the day of the subtle the subtle hidden moves.
So listen, man, I played D-line, but I was playing with some great players.
Yeah,
and I just kept my
side of the game.
Yes, because I just wanted to learn. I was like a sponge. I wanted to learn it all, man. I loved the game. I knew at one point I was going to probably try to talk the game. You know, maybe someone would want to listen to me talking about it.
I like
watching it.
Talk about it.
Do you really?
I do. I genuinely do.
Oh my goodness! NFL Network's paying you to say that.
No. Well, we'll keep the payments hidden. But I love talking football with you. We love the game we have today. Locked up at 21 apiece. Early stages, third quarter. One more peek at this. They're taking a long look at it.
They are. And it just appears to me that left foot, I just don't see any green there. I see that foot is covering up some white, so that makes it pretty easy to me. I thought they should have taken a longer look at the one previously that they didn't overturn. And this one, which I think is pretty obvious that the call in the field was the correct call, they're taking a nice long look. As long as they get it right, though, right? But as a player, you hate this. I mean, you just don't want to be standing still. You know, you're feeling good, you're lathered up. You don't want dry sweat. That sweat starts to evaporate. You start getting a little cold. Temperature's dropping as the sun goes down. You want to stay lathered up. So if I'm out there, I'm usually jumping around, moving around. So, you know, I think this is going to be incomplete.
At the further view, the ruling on the field stands. It's an incomplete pass.
They got it right.
Down.
Took too long. They got it right.
So a big decision there to keep the call as it stands. Now it's third and very long.
Now again, last time the Falcons showed blitz and backed off, and still the Herd was able to get the first down with the swing pass. But again, I will not blitz in this situation. Athletes are too explosive. Force them to make nice routes and throws with zone coverage in their face.
Columbia has time. Dumps it off. That's Charles Montgomery. Won't be enough for a first down. It could be enough to potentially make a fourth down decision here. And they'll also kick the field goal.
Offense is staying on the field, though, partner, and they go in tempo. I'm running the football. I'm giving the ball to number 8.
They do give it to Layburn. Doesn't have enough. Bowling Green comes up with the stop and a turnover on downs.
Walter Hare, Carl Brooks and company says, yeah, we know it too. We know Tioka, they're going to give it to number 8, and we got to make a play. I have no problem with the call. Again, I think number 8 is probably the best football player on the field. So if you're going to go forward on fourth and short, put it in his hands. But the offensive line has got to do their part now. As you see some movement, some slanting from the defensive line, they get in the backfield, and that's all she wrote.
The defense sets him up. Can the Bowling Green offense take advantage when we come back?
Hello, Grandma, Grandpa. I'm going to give you a hug.
You see that? That's That's when I realized we can't let another year go by.
I think we're good.
Okay, let's go.
Where's the wrapping paper? I need to wrap something for Grandma.
Yeah. Ready?
This is the plan to finally connect with our family's heritage. Start your plan today with a Northwestern Mutual financial advisor and spend your life living.
When selling your home, one wrong move can cost you thousands of dollars. HomeLight has detailed stats on local real estate agents, so you know you're getting the best. One who will sell your home fast and for a great price. Start for free at HomeLight.com.
This is Omaha Steaks. This is Omaha Steaks. So's this. And this. And even this. And yeah, this too. There are so many ways to enjoy our guaranteed perfection. Just a little everyday wisdom from Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com/TV today and you'll get 8 free burgers. Never tried Omaha Steaks? Save an extra $20 with code SUMMER at checkout.
Let's go. For the go-to people in life, there's GoTo Bank, the ultimate mobile banking app and debit card. Now raise your credit scores instantly for free with Experian Boost through the GoTo Bank app. Your go-to for value with a free ATM network. Your go-to for exclusive perks like overdraft protection, get paid up to 2 days early, and no monthly fees with direct deposit.
Let's go.
GoTo Bank. It's mobile banking at its best. Open an account at gotobank.com.
When other carriers take your money and knock you around, Boost Mobile gives you the power to fight back with an unlimited plan for only $25 a month. Let me repeat, $25 a month for a single line. We're talking the lowest priced, truly unlimited plan on the market. All on one of America's largest 5G networks. So if you want the power to save money and get an unlimited plan that's half off other carriers, come see what Boost Mobile is all about. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
Jones up in the air. It's caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry.
Sunday at 9, we sit down with Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett.
It's one game at a time, one day at a time. That's just the beginning.
Plus, how the Cowboys can keep pace without Dak.
You got to be able to run the ball.
NFL Game Day Morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
Matt McDonald and the Bowling Green offense back on the field, back with you here on NFL Network. McDonald, they say he's fleet-footed out of the pocket, showcases it there, finding Keith. He was dragged down this Bowling Green crowd. Once a late hit, Andre Sam thinks he finished it cleanly. Some words exchanged.
You want to know if a quarterback's feeling it? Watch this. Could have easily run for 4 more yards, but that's when you're feeling it. That's when you know where everyone is in the offense. You got total command, and you're feeling really good about yourself, right? Nice play right there to pick up the first down.
Bowling Green talked about the physicality of this matchup from the beginning of the week. You might have to extend some plays at times.
Marshall defense have been stellar against the run, but I'm okay. We'll continue to call it. You can't just go completely away and just not be willing to call the run. You got to allow the herd to see it and think about it and keep them at least a little bit honest.
Bowling Green has used 4 different running backs today. It'll be Teron Keith staying in here on 2nd and 10. One of the touchdown catches in the first half went to Kevon Kroom, who makes the catch along the sideline, but stuffed out nicely there on the edge. Sam Burton made the play.
Yeah, you don't want in screens big men running to the ball. You're actually hoping that Zero loafs and watches the play. But guess what? He didn't. And he came with some hunger, spit, and fire and laid the wood to a little guy. Receivers hate that. Careful, coach. Don't call that again on Zero's side. Matt McDonald, got to be real smart here with the ball. You don't need a turnover here to get them fired up and back in the game.
Jason Patterson tackled in the open field. Excellent play once again made in space. Jadarius Green McKnight.
And that's hurt football right there now. Tight coverage, running stunts up front. He's got plenty of time to throw the football, but they're running hit-type players all over their field. Their defense is predicated on being fast and physical at the point of contact, and number 4 showed all of that and takes a little shot from his teammate to boot, and defenses love that. Now, that little shot extra, yeah, give me a little hit too. The more hits, the better. Defensive players love that.
Feeling the juice now.
Yes, sir.
Marshall fans are up. Bowling Green went 3 and out on their first 4 possessions. Were much better after that. But a nice timely stop from the Thundering Herd defense that gave up a little over 200 yards in the second quarter. Got a flag down here and a call coming up.
Ball start. Offense. Number 32. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Now, Jason, that's critical yards now. When you're punting backed up, you can't afford to give 5 more yards back now. You know, that is... Just put a little pin on that to see if those extra 5 yards sets, what kind of punt that sets up in punt return.
And remember all the good field position for Marshall in the first half when they were rolling in that opening quarter?
That's right. Great point. Yep.
Talik Keaton watches this ball get some hang time, has a couple of blocks, so he'll opt to return it, but not much doing there. Stopped back at his own 26. Wimberly made the play. Few minutes into this third big offensive possession coming up when we return for Marshall.
Next Saturday, the Thundering Herd are back on NFL Network.
Wow!
As Marshall
caught for the touchdown
squares off against Troy in a Sun Belt showdown.
Touchdown in of Troy!
Next Saturday at 7, live on NFL Network.
Haven't had a physical since 2001. ZocDoc's here. Mom doesn't even have to come. To land a great doc scan your insurance card. Seeing who's in network is the opposite of hard.
As a Main Street bank, PNC has helped over 7 million kids develop their passion for learning. And now we're providing $88 billion to support underserved communities, helping us all move forward financially. PNC Bank. See how we can make a difference for you.
When you have auto glass damage, let SafeLight come to you. My customer enjoys time with her family. So when her windshield got a crack, she scheduled with SafeLight in just a few clicks. We came to her house, replaced the windshield, and installed new wipers. That's service on her time.
Here you go.
Wow, thank you. Bye. Don't wait. Schedule now.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Ooh, little fall photo sesh I see. Hey, I know. Everybody say new DQ Fall Blizzard menu featuring pumpkin pie, new cinnamon roll centers, and more. That one is hilarious. DQ, happy tastes good.
Game sauce and Tony Biscuit is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Oh, come on.
Jalen.
You want to tell?
Yeah.
Don't call somebody on live TV.
Well, you answered. I have other friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry. Listen, I need some tips.
I like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas. That's
Dallas?
How about Detroit?
Barry, Vanessa.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Let's go with our gut.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. So shop Ace online and get free in-store or curbside pickup right in your neighborhood. Or get what you need delivered the very same day you order.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Everyone is ready for a double dose of Monday Night Football.
All game long character, man. Dig deep.
First on ESPN, Derrick Henry is ready to tighten up.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Josh Allen is ready to throw down as Tennessee heads to Buffalo. Plus, on ABC, Justin Jefferson and the Vikings battle Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in Philadelphia.
Welcome back Tioka Jackson, Jason Ross Jr. with you here at Bowling Green, the Centennial Homecoming Day here for the Falcons, and we're knotted up at 21 apiece in what has been an excellent matchup. Thundering Herd trying to back up their win over Notre Dame last week. They go to their top wideout, Corey Gamage, who had a touchdown catch in the first quarter, part of an explosive start for Marshall. They've slowed down since then. There's the QB, Henry Colombi. You see the numbers here. Just 7 points in the last 35 minutes and change after that hot start.
I love them to continue to call the wide receiver screens. Jaden Harrison just blocked the DB out of the screen. And there's another screen. And so defensively, you've got to react now. This is how they're trying to attack you. They throw the ball underneath. They throw bubble screens, tunnel screens, smoke screens. They try to get their athletes in space with lead blockers on the perimeter where there are less defenders. And they're hoping that one guy takes a bad angle or gets blocked and it balls out the gate.
Second and 10 for Colombi, who has Devin Miller as tight end. Ball came out towards the end of the run. Whistles were blown. Sims picked it up. Ruling on the field is that he was down.
Both of these defenses, they're flying to the football. Watch the amount of hats. 1, 2, 3. That ball got I'd like to see that one again. Look at the rip of the ball.
Ooh.
That ball's out before the knee's down. And it had, if the whistle blew, it shouldn't have been. That's a fumble right there. There's no question.
Marshall trying to snap it quickly on 3rd and 5. Colombi has Gamage. This will be enough for a first down as Corey Gamage slips his way into Bowling Green territory.
I like this Gamage. They talked about how he worked in the offseason to drop some weight, to get quicker. He's 6'4", 220, love the size, but now he's added more athleticism and suddenness to his game.
Another screen set up. Charles Chuck Montgomery tackled promptly. Taylor met him over there. DJ Taylor, the middle linebacker, along with a couple others.
Well, Taylor makes the play, but Jordan Anderson sets it up. He took the blocker. Watch number 0 deposit the blocker. See that? He's pushing the blocker back into the receiver, and that blows up the entire play. Jordan Anderson, you get credit for that one, brother.
Lately, we've seen
that's a tight end he beat up, by the way.
Tight end, yep.
Yeah.
Lately, we've seen Marshall in more 2nd and long, 3rd and long scenarios. Here's a 2nd and 13 for Colombi. May have been deflected, caught anyway by Shadid Ahmed.
Talked about Ahmed as a backup player, but he's a very, very good route runner. He's got good hands, reliable hands along the sidelines.
Layburn, a burst and a hurdle. First down.
And that burst was real. That start and stop is real. They're going tempo, but watch his foot slip right there. If he makes that cut, he's gone, folks.
Miller again, the tight end, barging his way inside of the 15.
And I was just about to say, there's a lot of plays being called without number 8 touching the ball, and that's a hurdle. Edwin Moses would be proud. Keep your feet, though, young fella. But that hurdle was something special, right?
It was. And an entertaining brand of football on both sides today. Columbia looking at the flats. Layburn out of the backfield. Tried to hurdle him again. Then he was lost it out of the end zone.
Touchback. It's all beautiful until you let that football go. There's a flag on the field.
The flag is down. We'll take another look at it. Officials coming together.
Holding offense, number 5. That penalty's declined. The results of the play are a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10, Bowling Green from the 20.
So it's Bowling Green football after the touchback. Due to the ball going out of the back of the end zone.
Head coach Charles Huff said, no Marshall beaters. I love the way you're playing, number 8, but you got to hang on to that pill. When you have the football, you have the hopes and the dreams of the entire program in your hands. You got to protect it as such.
Third turnover for Marshall gives it back to Bowling Green.
It's a cat. It's an old cat. It's an old cat bat.
Some things leave you guessing, but not MailChimp. MailChimp takes the guesswork out of email marketing by analyzing millions of data points from the billions of emails we send to offer personalized suggestions for how to improve engagement and revenue. Guess less and sell more with the #1 email marketing and automation platform, Intuit MailChimp.
It's about family, familia, how we show up for la cultura, how we represent everywhere we go. From Philadelphia to Kansas City, New York to Los Angeles. Estamos bailando, gozando y representando el fútbol americano. Because when that beat hits, y'all know what time it is. Let's go!
What does the future of strength look like? It's a personal trainer that assesses your strength and adds weight as you progress. It's dynamic weight that adjusts for you in real time for a more efficient workout. Come on! And it's a roster of coaches that motivates you to get stronger, faster. The future is strength you can feel and results you can see. And you can only experience it on Tonal.
Selling a home is expensive and stressful, so we created our smart seller system to sell your home for top dollar and save you thousands in commissions.
I was amazed in the fact that my house sold in one day. Ideal agents saved me in the neighborhood of $20,000 to $25,000 in commissions. The process was as easy as it gets. They are the #1 way to sell your house.
Our service is free, available nationwide, and there's zero obligation. Call us today or visit idealagent.com.
Football is back, and you can watch your favorite teams with Fubo TV. Never miss a highlight with NFL Network. Streaming live on all your devices. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Introducing the all-new one-wheel GT and Pint X. GT, built with more power to crush new terrain. Pint X, twice the range to take on the city. 2 new boards to make everywhere epic. Get riding today at onewheel.com.
So both Marshall fumbles today coming inside of the Bowling Green 5-yard line. And we're locked up at 21.
Empty set. Watch a shot. Downfield.
They blitz Gilmore. McDonald got it away. The third turnover today for Marshall.
Watch the hustle inside out by number 12. He's on the hash, right where the football is. Now watch 12 run. And watch him finish it right there. Put your helmet right on the ball, young man, and that ball's going to come out like it was launched. He's got to give it up. You're going to hustle like that and put your head on the ball, that ball's going to come out. And that's the last thing that Laburn has to learn. Ball security. When you think you're in the open field, you're never alone. And that's the guy we talked about in the open, the young J.B. Brown showing up. He's a future All-MAC player.
A dart underneath Andre Sam was in the vicinity. There's a flag down.
Pass interference. Number 1, defense. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul with an automatic first down.
Wow, they just got the linebacker Charlie Gray on pass interference. Kind of a hybrid player in their defense.
He is, yeah. He does a little bit of everything. He can play a little safety. He can play a little linebacker in the box, especially when you go to dime nickel. But the penalties are starting to mount for the Thundering Herd, and that's a problem.
McDonald pressured again. This time sacked.
pass rush around the corner. And that's from a 3 technique. Just beat a guard with a speed rush around the corner, which is hard to do because usually you get pushed by the quarterback. He did a nice job of turning the corner and finishing with the quarterback on the ground. That's Barber Jr. It's a big play.
Damian Barber Jr. made the play to force what is now 2nd and 18. Empty backfield for McDonald. Steps up. It's Kroom with some space. He'll make this 3rd and very manageable. Saw Kevon Kroom make the touchdown catch in that first half on the play action. Makes it a 3rd and 3 now.
A lot of options here from Max Warner when it's this short. They gave him a chance, set up a really good opportunity to get creative on 3rd down. Watch for Marshall bringing pressure off the edges, though. They're not going to sit back. And look how many defenders in white are close to the line of scrimmage.
McDonald has Kroom again upended. Was able to move the chains. They needed 3. They got 4.
So that's another adjustment from the first half. We saw them attempting to run slants and comebacks and hooks. This time they're crossing receivers against man coverage. Make the defense sort it out, sort of get out of each other's way, run into each other, sort of junk it up in the middle of that defense with so many bodies. And if you can get some protection, you can find open receivers. Double pass.
They go back to Keith on the near side of the field. Porter tracks him down, but not before he invades Marshall territory.
Love the execution. Love the imaginative play calling. But watch number 55, Porter, run. He goes from chasing the ball. Watch him turn and run now. That's a defensive lineman who's unstoppable in terms of his relentless pursuit. I love it. That's just, you don't count for big guys getting involved in long plays like that. You're counting for them to fall down or loaf on the play, not hustle away 55 did.
They have 2 receivers in this set. McDonald scrambling. Has to throw it away. We've seen some first down shots today.
Nowhere to go with that football. It takes a late hit. The coverage was outstanding, though. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. He tried to get as much as he could get out of it. You tell me where to throw the ball. If he tries to throw it in there, that's an interception situation. So sometimes you got to learn to throw the ball out of bounds. And when you're that old, a senior, played that much football.
Smart play.
Smart play, exactly.
And McDonald doesn't have an interception thrown this season after something he struggled with in the early stages of last year. He's going back to the air again here. That was batted down at the line of scrimmage.
We talked about you don't want to be jumping when the quarterback's pumping. But there you had a defender who was engaged with the blocker.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
If you Marshall, are you coming? And if you're Bowling Green, are you going to block them up and try to make them play deep? You got man coverage on the outside.
McDonald, quick throw, has Lewis, the newcomer, into the 2nd level, down inside the 30.
It takes poise. It takes poise to play quarterback on this level. They showed blitz. They walked right up into it, but he's not rattled. And he's looking for the void in the defense. They can't cover everybody if you're going to bring people. But you got to be unafraid to stare down the barrel and deliver the football. And I promise you, Matt McDonald is that.
It's a Bowling Green team that was a little disoriented, a little shaken in the early stages. Marshall jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Now BG is looking to take the lead on this drive. McDonald, he's done so well out of the pocket today. Has a connection with Lewis again.
There's running with the football, and then there's scrambling to buy time. And he's doing a good job of scrambling to extend the play and buy time. that's allowing his receivers to get open against very good coverage many times by these defensive backs.
They're going to call it the end of 3 quarters. We're deadlocked at the end of 3. How about this one?
Check your pulse. Your heartbeat. How's your heart rate? This is what you tune in for, folks. NFL Network, right? They don't just play great football on Sundays. They play great football on Saturdays, too.
Everyone at Dordt Perry Stadium standing up and getting geared up for what should be a very fun 4th quarter on NFL Network.
Whether you're looking to support your mental health, perform like you used to, or regrow your hair, Hims can help. Through Hims, you can get access to trusted treatments from licensed medical providers, 100% online. Get started today at forhims.com.
I can't cook tonight. Don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on what you can order. Go for Grubhub.
Are those for us?
No, these are mine. I was just strolling by. Go for Grubhub.
Let's do it.
Go for family dinner. Go for Grubhub.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
Old Trapper Beefs. Fake protein.
Can we take a protein break? Check it. I got my beans, my bars, my goos, my glums. I think Goop was a bad choice.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
We have to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30.
I've already told everyone.
Wait, did you say Verizon for just $30?
It's their best unlimited price ever.
$30? That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's from the most reliable 5G network in America.
For $30 a line, I'm switching now.
Yeah, it's easy. And you get $960 when you switch the whole family.
Wow, I gotta let my buddies know.
We're already here.
The network you want, the price you love, only from Verizon.
As a Main Street bank, PNC has helped over 7 million kids develop their passion for learning. And now we're providing $88 billion to support underserved communities, helping us all move forward financially. PNC Bank. See how we can make a difference for you.
Among my patients, I often see them have teeth sensitivity as well as gum issues. Does it worry me? Absolutely. Sensodyne sensitivity and gum gives us a dual action effect that really takes care of both our teeth sensitivity as well as our gum issues. There's no question it's something that I would recommend.
What if you could own a moment? A moment when everything is on the line. I know the moment I'd want. Sunday, January 16th, the playoffs. We couldn't miss. That's a moment I'd like to own forever. Now you can too. Own the moments that matter. NFL all day.
And it is complete inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Deebo Samuel.
Monday, NFL Game Day Kickoff is your pregame headquarters for a Monday night double feature. Titans in Buffalo to take on the Bills, Vikings in Philly to face the Eagles. Who has the edge? Who wins? What's the score and why? Answers Monday, 6 Eastern.
Up at 21, heading into the 4th quarter. Tyoka Jackson, Jason Ross Jr., outstanding NFL Network crew on hand today here at Dordt Perry Stadium. Bowling Green moving and grooving right now inside of Marshall territory again. Ever since the start of the 2nd quarter, this offense, someone lit a flame under it. McDonald up to 260 through the air. Another empty backfield for him here. Second and 5, tipped off the hands of Odu-Hilaire.
That was close. That's what tight coverage forces, though. Forces the offense to be perfect. The route has to be perfect. The timing of the throw has to be perfect. And the ball placement has to be perfect when the coverage is this tight. Excellent job by the Thunder and Herd.
McDonald goes underneath this time. Sims, the tight end, almost like a receiver in this group. You call him a tight end, but his numbers tell you he's really a part of the receiving corps.
Yeah, and it just adds another versatility to the offense because you got a big guy running routes. But what I'm noticing is the slants aren't really there for Bowling Green. It's the crossing routes against man coverage. They're able to get space and run away from defenders. It's the crossing routes where they're finding, whether it's shallow crosses or intermediate digs, but that's where their money's being made against this man coverage, except for the 50-50 ball downfield, which they've opened up with and been successful as well.
Looking to take their first lead of the afternoon that's now turned into evening here in Bowling Green, Ohio. We get a timeout called. Scott Leffler looks a little frustrated over there.
And listen, you don't like to use them up unless it's necessary, but this is necessary. It's fourth quarter. Red zone, right? It's all of a sudden now become hard to score. So any big points here can really give you an opportunity to finish this ball game off. And so we know against the Herd, you'd rather score touchdowns than field goals. So if you need to talk about it, do that. That guy's been around a long time. Played with some great football players and have coached in some great programs. He's seen it all, talking about Leffler.
London is calling. Maybe I should say that in a British accent. Football fans on October 2nd. NFL Network has a Sunday morning showdown live from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as the Vikings take on the Saints. Sunday morning football. Sunday, October 2nd at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on NFL Network. Global football on NFL Network.
So if you're Lance Guidry, what do you dial up defensively? Are we coming? And leaving yourself vulnerable on the outside? Or are you going to rush four and you've had some success rushing four and playing coverage in the back half? It appears they're not coming.
McDonald trying to exploit it. He'll try to exploit it with his legs. McDonald lunges. Right now, they're calling him just short.
Well, Bowling Green's celebrating like it was a touchdown, and I don't know why. But again, I continue to be impressed with McDonald's ability to read the defense, make the right decision, and that's the right call. He's down just short, but at the end, giving up your body, trying to win it for your program.
The toughness of their captain at QB on display. He's taken the reins in the early stages of this fourth. Get a timeout called here by Marshall.
So he's not a running quarterback, right? He's not that fast. He's not that nifty. It's the decision-making, Jason. When you decide to use your legs is as important a part as actually using them themselves. And so he saw a lot of coverage in the backfield, the defensive backfield, that is. He saw a nice rush. He steps up inside and gets what he can get.
Big first and goal scenario when we come back.
At HomeLight, we asked, could real estate be better? Yes. We've combined knowledgeable humans with innovative tech to build modern solutions that are fast, simple, and free. Start today at HomeLight.com.
So, you've got an idea for a business. There's just one thing to figure out. Everything. Shopify's all-in-one commerce platform makes it easy to sell online, in person, and everywhere else. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life, power it up with Shopify.
Stealth mode?
Yeah.
Shh.
Don't PTA meetings end at 9?
Oh, got lost.
Right.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
When safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
Do you think they need to bring them to us on like a fancy tray, like the...
I think like a platter?
We need a maitre d'.
Yes, sorry. Joffrey, I'll take another, please. Sonic Chop House Cheeseburger. Heavy on the Chop House, please. An aioli.
With the Home Depot's lowest prices of the season, it's time to take your bath from start to tiled, to installed, to sealed, to finished. Shop our biggest bath savings of the season right now at the Home Depot.
hitting the road? Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than Verizon. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
21 apiece. Bowling Green trying to change that. Don't forget, London is calling football fans on October 2nd. NFL Network does a Sunday morning showdown live from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as the Vikings take on the Saints. It's Sunday morning football, October 2nd at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on NFL Network. The big goal line situation coming up for the Falcons. Trying to take their first lead of the game. There's Matt McDonald, the senior QB, who's taken over the reins early stages, fourth quarter.
It's quarterback sneak territory, partner.
They do just that, trying to push the pile. Did he breach the goal line? Is the question mark.
Second down. They're marking it. I like the student body help, though. And it's all about low man wins. You've got to be low. Submarine if you're the D-line. Get a little bit of a push if you're the offensive line. All you need is an inch or two. That time the defense wins on first down.
They'll hand it off, and Bowling Green takes their first lead of the game. Harold Bannon, the young tight end, coming across.
And somewhere Mike Martz is smiling. My old coach of the St. Louis Rams, he loved to run that reverse on the goal line. If you don't allow penetration from the nose, it's such a hard play to defend because you're showing outside blocks to the defensive line. They start running towards the sidelines, and it opens up a nice little gap inside.
Those deadlocks at the half, you said it, new game, 14 plays, 80 yards. A time-chewing 5-minute, 54-second drive. They bring in a player who they really like. Harold Bannon, the youngster at tight end, breaches the goal line with some physicality and attitude.
Only on Prime Video. The Steelers, the Browns, a rivalry renewed. Thursday Night Football. Only on Prime Video.
Is that KFC's two-piece drum and thigh combo?
Yep.
Is it juicy?
Uh-huh.
Is it creamy?
You know it.
Is it flaky?
Yes.
And it's only $6? That's a real steal of a deal of a meal. Wink. KFC's two-piece drum and thigh combo is just $6.
Working out doesn't have to be this complicated. That's why I make walking my workout with Skechers' new Workout Walker. They're loaded with performance and comfort technology to add more spring to your step. Just put them on and walk. Try Skechers' new Workout Walker.
We need someone to be there, knowing they'll always care. Someone who lights your way each and every day. Doing what you love is everything, so we can celebrate the joy it brings. There's so much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When UC held me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC got the upper hand,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Rise and shine with GMFB.
Let's bring it to town.
Oh, I love football. Get your morning started with football, friends, and a whole lot of fun.
Boom, it clicked.
See you tomorrow, fam.
Good Morning Football, Monday at 7 on NFL Network.
Next Saturday, the Thundering Herd are back on NFL Network.
Wow!
As Marshall
Caught for the touchdown.
squares off against Troy in a Sun Belt showdown.
Touchdown in of Troy.
Next Saturday at 7, live on NFL Network.
There's a look at Harold Fannin for Bowling Green. Just gave the Falcons a 28-21 lead. Their first advantage of the game.
I used to have hair like that a long time ago. A long time ago.
Some pictures of that, and we'll show it on next week's broadcast to prove that.
You don't believe it?
This is scooped up off the turf. Jaden Harrison found a little bit of a crease, cuts it back before he's knocked out of bounds. So now this Marshall offense, 2 fumbles inside of the 5 today, 3 total turnovers. You're trailing by 7.
And listen, I understand that you're trying to match the explosive plays of Bowling Green, and you've been throwing the football rather effectively, and your guys coughed it up. But listen, number 8 still the best offensive player on the field. It's only a 7-point game with 13 minutes left. Your offensive line is your strength. Number 8 is your strength. Don't go away from that.
Damage on the reception there.
Oh, this game is physical, isn't it?
Deshaun Jones came over to try to hit him, and some attitude from both sides there. You mentioned the run game. They outran Notre Dame 219 to 130, that upset a week ago. You need to get back to the identity.
You do, because the game is not out of hand. It's not like the scoreboard has forced you to stop running the ball.
The spot is the 25-yard line.
And I understand that, your tailback has put it on the ground a couple of times, but, Labor's performance was the most rushing yards that a player had against Notre Dame since 2016. And he has over 150 yards today. I just think you're doing yourself a disservice if you just close that whole chapter in the playbook.
He's got 3 straight 100-yard games. This is the other running back, Ethan Payne, showcasing what he can do after the catch. First down.
Again, Corey Gambridge, we talked about him. He's had a nice game catching the football, but the blocking. You have to block if you're a Thundering Herd wide receiver. It's very impressive to see them doing that down the field.
Damage is wide open. Took a hit at the end of the play, but that's, again, enough for a first down.
And we see who they begin to lean on in this pass game, and it's number 7. They've had problems with the perimeter screens, right? I mean, Bowling Green has done a much better job on the wide receiver game than Notre Dame did. They really hurt Notre Dame with those wide receiver screens. Now these routes are starting to be downfield. They're getting away from the screens.
They look for it again, but Columbia is sacked. Way back at his own 45, Demetrius Hardiman.
Chris Baker was there as well. But Hardiman, yes, that's all Hardiman. You're right. Bacon came in late, jumping over the pile, but number 14, he makes the play. He showed up multiple times today. Big splash play.
Wow, so that kind of deters the up-tempo game that Marshall was playing and having success with on their last drive. It was kind of like hyperspeed on their last drive, but backed up to 2nd and 18 here.
And Kalen Layburn has been on the sidelines the entire drive, and they've thrown it the entire drive until now.
Payne caught one of those passes. They give it to him on the ground this time. Interesting, Layburn not a part of this drive after the 2 fumbles he's had so far.
Yes, great point. I think that the fumbles, it's not just about getting a breather. It's about getting his attention.
3rd and very long. Still plenty of time left in this 4th quarter. Oh, nearly another sack. He will go down once again. Back-to-back plays with a sack for this physical Bowling Green D-line.
So the Achilles heel when you have an offensive line this big as a Thundering Herd, they're not going to be necessarily the greatest pass blockers in 3rd and long. it's just hard to get them to third and long because they're so efficient running the football and efficient with their screen game. Well, tonight, the screen game hasn't been there. Their runners on the sidelines, they got them to third and long. And now you can tee off, Bowling Green. You can tee off with your own pass rush. Eric Lewis dialing up some pressure with 4 men.
De'Aaron Kelly, Cassius Howell, both in the mix there. Forces a punt. Will take a Marshall roll down inside the 10. The Bowling Green defense that had 6 sacks last week has followed that up this week. Couple of big ones on that last drive. Now can the offense back it up?
Hey, sorry I missed your game.
It's okay.
You see that? That's when I realized it's time to finally do the thing we've been talking about for years. So we're making plans for right now.
Start your plan today with a Northwestern Mutual financial advisor and spend your life living.
Sunday at 9, we sit down with Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett.
It's one game at a time, one day at a time. That's just the beginning.
Plus, how the Cowboys can keep pace without Dak.
You got to be able to run the ball.
NFL Game Day Morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
Wake up to football across the globe on NFL Network. First, London's calling with 2 Sunday matchups.
Oh, what a play!
Then the NFL debuts in Germany.
Touchdown!
It all starts October 2nd on NFL Network.
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking LMX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience, our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work so you can focus on the present. At X-Chair, we're gazing ahead. And from where we sit, the future still feels good. Get $100 off at xchair.com today.
You don't marry the like of your life, you marry the love of your life. And on your wedding day, you don't want to like the way you look, you want to love the way you look. And we're here to help with designers like Joseph Abboud, Calvin Klein, and Vera Wang. Men's Warehouse. Love the way you look.
Easy credit building, early payday, fee-free overdrafts.
Thank you.
It's banking the way it should be. Chime, the #1 most loved banking app.
A Monday on NFL Network. Wake up with football's favorite morning show and the crew on Good Morning Football. They'll get you ready for both Monday night matchups. Good Morning Football Monday at 7, only on NFL Network. Football on Sundays for you, Saturdays. This has been a very fun Saturday evening matchup between Bowling Green and Marshall. Bowling Green has taken a strong hold of the momentum that Marshall had out of the gates. Wimberly takes the carry.
And this is where, if you're the Falcon offense, well, you'd love to be able to run the football and get out of his hole. They've only averaged 1.7, right? I mean, very rarely do you average 1.7 a carry and rush for 36 yards, less than 50 yards, and be in position to possibly win the game. But this is where it sort of hurts you. You got to throw out of this end zone to get yourself some breathing room, and that's not ideal.
Seen a lot of empty sets today for Matt McDonald. Another one here. Trying to get some breathing room. They do with C.J. Lewis. He transferred from Boston College.
And boy, you know, that's hindsight, but I'd like to see C.J. catch that, stick his foot on the ground, and go get as much as you can get and make this a third and really short. I know he tried to bounce out of it, roll out of the back door, maybe catch a guy being too aggressive with his angle. But you catch that football and get straight up field. This is probably a 3rd and 2 or 1 instead of a 3rd and long 4.
certainly punting territory if they don't get this.
This is where McDonald's has excelled the entire game, knowing when to run and when to throw.
Gets rid of it. A one-on-one matchup, bobbled. And out of the hands of Hilaire. Martin in on the coverage.
No problem with that call whatsoever. Because you've come up big in some big moments with this 50-50 ball. This is just good on good. That's really good coverage. And that's using your hands and being physical with them at the point of a catch. Nice job right there. That's a coaching clinic right there on how to play man coverage with no safety help, without fouling, and finishing with your hands to get the ball on the ground.
Kerryon Martin, a West Virginia native, made a beautiful play there, dropping back from his linebacker spot. Out to Leak Keaton. He's over that Bowling Green logo in midfield. We'll let that hop in front of him. Marshall will start at their own 47. Felt like the stop they definitely needed energy and momentum-wise.
Because this was the blueprint in the first half of how they were able to score early. They had great field position on almost all of their possessions, and it showed up, and they dominated the game statistically. So now you have this, as much as things have gone wrong with the turnovers and the miscues, and then losing your momentum. You're in position right now with about half the field to go to tying the game up in the fourth quarter.
Been some variety on the D-line today for BG. 4 different players with the sack. They had 6 last week in the wild loss to Eastern Kentucky in 7 overtimes. That was a 59-57 loss. Hasn't deterred them emotionally today. Now Marshall trying to get it done on the ground here. They do just that with Cam Fancher bringing in a new QB. He picks up 18 yards.
Well, right now they've lost a little bit of confidence in their great back, so they decided to manufacture the running game by going empty in a quarterback draw.
Well, Fancher is definitely a different look at QB, a rushing threat. Thought we could maybe see him in some short yardage scenarios today, which we've seen him in the last couple of weeks for Marshall. But like you said, maybe this is the formula to getting back to their identity.
Yep, this is a little bit of a change-up for him. And I just felt like getting away from Layburn is a mistake, because I understand he's given it up twice, but wow. You get him going again with his offensive line going forward, there's still a devastating rushing attack.
Fancher to the air this time. Connects on his first pass attempt of the game with Caleb McMillan.
So what you're going to see is less down the field drop back. You're going to see more option and rollout, right? And so you fake the read option. You're now rolling out. You give him a 2-receiver read and let him see it. If it's covered up, he can tuck the ball and run.
Marshall very quickly into Bowling Green territory. Now they're in the red zone. You see the little shiftiness on display from Fancher.
And he took a shot, though, at the end of that thing. Chris Bacon let him know. I mean, listen, you're a running quarterback. And this guy is a running quarterback. But he got the boom laid on him right there. And so if you're going to run, you might pay a price at the end of it.
Fancher, quick throw. Damage, cut down.
Once again, Chris Bacon knifing in and making a play. This is a huge part of their offense, and it's not been effective today, folks. And it's because the corners watched film. They understood that they were going to be on the hot seat. They were going to have to come up and support. And Chris Baker, that time being the alley player at safety, defeats the block and gets a hit on the receiver, and everyone else finished them off.
Now 3rd and 2 with Henry Colombi back in. Getting into crunch time.
Number 8 gets the ball if it's me.
They give it to him. Layburn looking for the end zone. Cuts it back and finds it. Now Marshall with a chance to tie the game.
It doesn't have to be complicated if you don't want it to be. Obviously, number 8 has to hold on to the ball. That's number 1. But if he holds on to it, he's one of the better backs playing in this level of Group of 5 football, because he doesn't really belong here. He belongs in Power 5 talent-wise.
Charles Huff, the head coach, called him a 5-star player playing Group of 5 football. You see his talents on display, emotionally bouncing back from the fumble that he had earlier in the half. That was 6 plays, 53 yards, little over 2 minutes, capped off by Layburn's touchdown.
I joined Uber One to save money on my important deliveries, like gravy nachos, staplers, market price swordfish.
And the $0 delivery fee is clutch. Because I'm famous, but not famous. So
Uber One saves me money on vodka.
Holla at me.
And I need to save money for when I get canceled.
Yup.
Because I don't want to go back to selling pictures of my feet.
Oh, I'm in this twice. Save money with Uber One.
With the Home Depot's lowest prices of the season, it's time to take your bath from start to tiled, to installed, to sealed, to finished. Shop our biggest bath savings of the season right now at the Home Depot.
Have you seen my new phone yet? It folds in half.
I would never switch to Samsung. I love my phone.
What? Folds in half.
You see, I love my phone. I would never switch to Samsung.
Hitting the road? Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than Verizon. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Ooh, little fall photo sesh I see. Hey, I know. Everybody say new DQ Fall Blizzard menu featuring pumpkin pie, new cinnamon roll centers, and more. That one is hilarious. DQ, happy tastes good.
Are you sweating? Didn't you use Old Spice dry spray?
Of course I did.
Don't lie to me. Old Spice has long-lasting sweat protection.
Okay, I lied.
What makes for a great story? A great story has magic, power, and every once in a while, it has miracles. It needs an opening that sucks you in, and a mind-blowing ending that has you hanging on every snap. That's what makes for a great story. And as luck would have it, that's our story.
What a wild week it was a week ago for the Sun Belt Conference, which Marshall is a part of. Today, we know App State pulled off the win over Troy on a Hail Mary. This Marshall group has Troy next week, but right now they still have a lot to think about before that. They're getting back to the run game, and that resulted in the tying touchdown.
I agree, and they did it with a little bit of a wrinkle. They brought in Cam Fancher, who is a terrific athlete. He was an Ohio State triple jump champ coming out of high school, and so they were able to get some quarterback runs. But at the end of the day, number 8, he's the guy.
The Sun Belt last Saturday, historic day. Marshall wins at Notre Dame, App State at Texas A&M. Those are 2 top 10 victories. Then Georgia Southern caps it off with a victory in Lincoln.
How about the guys in the truck? Stun Belt, huh?
Yeah.
I like it. That's exactly what it was. Stunning everybody.
Louisiana's win streak. They're trying to keep it rolling, but locked in another tight one. 28-28, little under 6 to play in the 4th. Matt McDonald and the Bowling Green offense go back to work. McDonald keeps it himself and picks up a first down.
When you go man coverage, the back half defenders are running with their back to the quarterback. McDonald understands that. He's been watching it all day on film. He knows, hey, if the rush comes and I stay alive, I'll have opportunity to pick up some yardage down the field, and he's been doing it all night.
Flips it off to his running back this time, Keith, with some physicality at the end of the run.
Now this time he stays in the pocket, and this is about timing and route running. right? They've been doing a lot of empty. They did not start the game this way, but this has been a part of the adjustment by Max Warner. He's going to spread these guys out and let his quarterback throw the football. And if he doesn't have it, he's finding ways to get out of the pocket. But that time was about timing and target. Threw it on target, on time. I was able to get that ball completed almost for a first down, second and short.
McDonald back to pass again. Squeaks through traffic. Using his legs that you called underrated. Picks up a good chunk there. There is a flag down.
It's the decision-making, partner. He's getting back in the pocket. He's not looking to run early. But if things aren't there, he breaks down. He makes a move.
Number 77 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Will replay second down.
You got Jalen Grant there, who's filling in for Jakari Robinson.
He's one of their leaders up front. He's a guy that is a tone setter in practice. They talked about that. You can't have that from one of your leaders, not in a crucial part of this ball game.
Remember, Bowling Green played 7 overtimes last week against Eastern Kentucky. Locked in a tied game with 4:25 to go. They get an official timeout for an injury. Marshall player down. Damian Barber on the field. Well, Eastern Kentucky was the opponent for Bowling Green a week ago. It was an absolutely wild game, as we mentioned there. Scott Loeffler told us that was the longest game he had coached in since 2004. Michigan State, Michigan, multiple overtimes in that one. Have to go back a ways. As a coach, I can imagine last week.
Yeah, and he talked about it really should have never came down to that. They snapped a punt over their punter's head, cost them a touchdown. They had multiple turnovers and miscues. You know, that's a really good football team. I think Eastern Kentucky is better than a lot of people understand. But they should have won that game in regulation had it not been for the mistakes. Credit Eastern Kentucky for taking advantage of them, though. I was wondering, would they be tired coming into this game? And he talked about the way we run our schedule, where we take Thursday off completely, get our guys rested, and then we break a sweat on Friday. It seems to work and get our guys their legs back, and it looks like it's working out tonight. They do not look like a tired football team to me.
We've got 2nd and 12 coming up. McDonald once again kept the play alive. Was looking for the tight end Sims. Andre Sam roving over in coverage there.
He was coming. McDonald continues to manipulate the pocket, continues to buy time. There's room to step up, this time inside. He's broken the pocket on the perimeter, and he stepped up inside to find his room. The decision-making, the feel. You can't teach a quarterback to understand this because he doesn't look at that void. He sees it with his peripheral vision. He feels it, steps up, and almost got a first down out of it. Will the Herd bring the pressure? That will leave the man coverage. I believe they back out, but here they come.
They do bring the heat. Results in a one-on-one matchup. Owen Porter dropped back in coverage there and handled himself pretty well.
Yeah, that was the coverage they wanted, too. That's the matchup you're looking for. The pressure couldn't allow him to throw the ball over the top, so he decided to go back shoulder, and you just had two guys that weren't on the same page. But that's what the defense forces you to do. You better make really quick decisions, and they better be the right decisions because we're coming. We're going to bring more people than you can block. That time it worked.
Marshall beat Notre Dame last week, essentially on a game-sealing pick 6 from Stephen Gilmore. Right now, they're hoping their offense can get the job done. Talik Keaton calls for a fair catch at his own 25. The Thunder and Herd are back on NFL Network next week as Marshall squares off against Troy in a Sun Belt showdown. College football on NFL Network next Saturday at 7 p.m. That should be a fun one. Down in Alabama right now, Marshall hoping to go into that matchup undefeated, but that's still very much up in the air. Can the offense be the part of this equation to answer the question?
And how about Troy, the way they lost today? A heartbreaker, right? With
Hail Mary.
Last play of the
State
game.
beats them on a Hail Mary last play of the game.
You talk about having your heart ripped out. We'll see if they'll be able to recover next week.
Columbia quick screen. Shadid Ahmed looking for some room. Got a block. A pirouette on the sideline. Shadid Ahmed in the Bowling
2 plays to realize Ahmed is not your average backup receiver. Look at the toughness. Look at the strength. And watch the athleticism and balance.
See the runner possibly stepping out of bounds.
And again, the blocking downfield. He's got guys looking to block for him. They're looking for work. They block for each other. That's one of the few wide receiver screens they were able to pop tonight.
They're going to check to see where he may have stepped out of bounds at that nifty spin move.
Missed tackle right there. That play should have been dead right there. He runs through the tackle. This is where he gets close to the line. Ooh, stepping out right there. And I think he's out, partner.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely out right there. So, but I think he was out before that. He stepped out multiple times, but it doesn't take away from the effort. Let's see if we can see the angle here. I think he stepped out before that, though. He's definitely out there. But I want to say a few steps before that he was out. Right? Well, here we go. Here's the angle. There. And he tight ropes with this next step that may or may not have been out. And there he's definitely out. So it's coming back either way. It's just a point of about 3 or 4 yards will make the difference in where they spot it.
It was a pretty move. It's a shame that it's going to have to come back. And a gain that would have brought Marshall into Bowling Green territory. But again, now a matter of looking at the yard line where he stepped out.
And you wonder, was it even first down yardage where he initially stepped out? Well, I believe he has stepped out. Thinking that's 33 if he went out there, maybe there, most definitely there. Guessing the 33 or 38 yard line maybe.
So could be looking at time here as well.
Yep, so I think it'll be the 33-yard line. I think that's where he stepped out. And now it's a matter of getting the clock right, which is obviously super important. You're down under 4 minutes left to go in a game with a tie ball game. You know, that's what makes this offense so tough to defend, because you want to load up the box. You got to come in every game saying, hey, we have got to stop Kalen Layburn. But their willingness to throw the ball to the perimeter, knowing that you're going to have man coverage or less numbers outside, and you get a blocker, make a guy miss, and you got an open field. So that is going to be this offense for the rest of the year. Running Layburn, play action off of Layburn, and then the wide receiver screens.
Get your players in space to make plays.
That's right. That's right. Very few deep shots, right? They find creative ways to create the space with their formations and their blocking on the perimeter.
Charles Huff may have to regroup after it appeared as though Shadid Ahmed stepped out of bounds well before the play ended, at least on the field. Where we thought he got up to was inside of Bowling Green territory.
Really enjoyed talking to him during this week. I had to see him in a long time. He was former Penn State staff with James Franklin, so I know him well. Coached up some great players there. I believe he was Saquon Barkley's position coach.
Review, the runner stepped out of bounds on the 37-yard line. The results of a play is a first down. It'll be 1st and 10.
So enough for a first down, but well before where we thought the play initially ended, which would have been inside of Bowling Green territory. He's going to be at the 37 here.
So it's that second step out of bounds that was obvious that they spotted it. I thought he went out a little before that, but they spotted it on the second one was obvious. Fine with me.
First and 10 at the 37 for Columbia. And this Marshall offense that scored on their last drive.
11 personnel in the game. They have a tight end in the game. They just got them split out to make it look like 4 wide.
That's Devin Miller, the tight ends 83 in white, bottom of your screen.
And he's trying to decide whether to move into the wide position or stay in the slot. He stays out in the slot. That creates natural running lanes for this guy right here.
Claiborne capped off that last drive with a touchdown. He's up over 100 yards for the third straight game this season.
And if you're on defense, you got to be very careful. You got to play on the edge of recklessness. Play super hard, super physical, but don't give any cheap fouls, personal fouls, roughing the pass or anything like that to give this offense cheap plays. They're good enough. They don't need help from penalties.
There's the tight end, Devin Miller, who you mentioned, lining up in that receiver slot.
He had 2 catches last week for 14 yards. More of an imprint on this game this week. Very talented player, the 5th-year senior.
Marshall has had success when going up-tempo. Maybe looking at that here to the clock, maybe not so much in their minds.
No, I don't think that's an issue right now, especially the way they play. They're going to get enough runs in where the clock will get chewed up.
Claiborne had a beautiful cutback on that run. Got up to midfield.
For them, they want to manipulate the pace by not going huddle to make the defense have to get ready. But watch the vision. There's the cutback right there, bouncing off of contact, and then straight upfield. Not a lot of dancing. Take it where you see it, get upfield positive yards, and he's inching closer and closer to that 175-yard mark.
Little over 2 minutes to go now. Columbia looked screen initially, went the opposite way. That pass into the turf. Claiborne, the only receiver in the vicinity.
So there's a first down stop by Bowling Green. That's what you need to do to get this offense off schedule. They've been rolling pretty good so far, getting good first down plays. There's Columbia starting to feel the pressure right up the middle. Nice job of rushing the passer. That was Dontrez Brown and company.
Marshall has 23 first downs on the day. Can they get another one to move the change? Cam Fancher in at QB. Quick pass. They find Jaden Harrison rumbling his way inside of the 50.
Again, another screen. Anthony Hawkins, he's now the guy that hustles inside out. Big fella, 290 pounds, 6'2", out of Mansfield, Ohio. He makes a really nice play on a little guy running in space inside out. Obviously, huge play here, partner.
Cam Fancher, who didn't start the game, will take this big third down for Marshall. $1:20 to go. It away off the hands of Caleb McMillan with 1:13 left in the fourth.
Interesting decision to go with your backup quarterback in this situation, and you don't run something to get him moving. It's just a straight drop back. He's not yet known for his ability to beat you from the pocket. And that's a tough throw either way because you had underneath coverage with over-the-top help. But I like put this guy on the move, right? Give him a run-pass option because we talked about, again, he's a terrific athlete, triple jump champion in high school.
Jalen Embry is back to return this punt for Bowling Green. Marshall will down it at the 1. Perfect special teams execution for the Thundering Herd.
Yeah, that's a big play. The kicking game. People overlook it until it comes up to bite you. In this case, it's not biting anybody. It's just great execution. A lot riding on this yellow flag on the field right now.
No, Stone Scarcell, who downed it at the 1. With 1:04 remaining in this fourth quarter. Nonetheless, the Bowling Green offense will be coming out here.
There's a numbering infraction on the receiving team. 2 number 8s participating in the same play.
I thought there was too many men on the field, but that's too many guys wearing the same number.
Interesting call there. One of the number 8s that was on the field was going to return the kick. That was Jalen Embry. The other, Trent Sims.
Now the question is, I mean, you got to decline this call, right? I mean, it doesn't get any better.
Numbering infraction on the defense. 2 number 8s participating in the play. Marshall has chosen to decline the foul and take the results of the play. It'll be 1st and 10, Bowling Green.
You'll take that because, remember, they downed it at the 1.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're never going to re-kick in that situation. Now, it's interesting, again, going back to that last sequence for the Herd, we talked to Coach Charles Huff, and he said that, when they got to the 4th quarter, they wanted to make sure that they didn't screw it up as coaches against Notre Dame. If they get us to the 4th quarter, make sure we make the right calls. Let's have the right guys in the game. Let's not have a freshman in a crucial moment. But there they did, and they went with drop-back passes twice. And I thought that was very interesting, that decision there.
Now Matt McDonald, the senior from Newport Beach, California. Captain trying to lead his team down the field. Uses his legs here, which we've seen multiple times in the second half. They have been a bit shaken up at the end of that run. He's still down on the field.
Well, this is the risk you take, and now the difference, partner. That was a design quarterback run. It's a lot different when you're deciding to run the ball because you see open field. It's a quarterback draw. The entire defense come get me. Well, they're going to come get you. I didn't see a huge hit, but he's certainly in a lot of pain.
Maybe just an awkward plant there. Hit the turf pretty hard.
Well, I think maybe that helmet of the defender that came in might have hit him on his hip. That might be a hip corner situation. Wasn't a huge hit, but I think just getting that helmet right on that bony part of the hip might be the problem.
That's Camden Orth, the backup quarterback for Bowling Green. He played his last 3 seasons at Long Island University. Did start in a game at a MAC school. It played at Miami of Ohio a year ago. So he has experience on the field.
We're under a minute in the game. Therefore, there's an option for a 10-second subtraction. Marshall has chosen to decline the 10-second subtraction. The game clock will start on the snap.
Smart. They want to save that time, right? Whenever you get under a minute and you have an injured player, it's going to be automatic 10-second runoff. I just didn't know there was an option, so I just learned a little something today.
Yeah.
I thought the runoff was automatic. No, the non-offending team has the option to not take that 10-second runoff. Obviously, they want to get the ball back with as much time on the clock as possible, so that's a no-brainer call.
Clock remains at 58 seconds.
How about this situation for Orth to come in with 58 seconds tie ball game in a game like this, backed up in your own end zone?
The Bowling Green kicker Mason Lawler's career long is 45. That's the territory you're trying to get in here if you're the Falcons. Little shovel here underneath. They keep it with Christian Sims. Clock at 53 seconds.
And the Herd used their timeout smartly. I like the call, though. Don't ask a guy who's been watching the game, basically the entire game, to come in and try to throw you to victory, right? Smoke and mirrors, see if you can catch the defense slipping.
Marshall now with 1 timeout left. Bowling Green has 2 timeouts left. 53 ticks left on the 4th quarter clock. Bowling Green just played 7 overtimes last week against Eastern Kentucky. The 59-57 loss for Scott Loeffler's crew. There is Scott Loeffler on your screen. A 3rd and 2 coming up for his team. You looking to run the football here to just move the chains?
Well, I think the first thing you got to figure out is, what's the health of Matt McDonald? What's his status? Is he coming out or not coming out? And if he's coming out, then that changes the whole complexion. And he's coming out. So now you're going to try to get this first down, but you're asking your senior quarterback to be very smart, which he's been all game. So put the ball in his hands, get his favorite play. The good news is it's not 3rd and long, it's 3rd and short, and he's shown the ability, if it breaks down, to get the first down.
Yep, he can really extend it. They give him an empty backfield here. There's some things he worked with for the vast majority of this game. 3rd and 2, pressure comes. McDonald steps up.
Close.
Get there. It is very close.
And he took another shot. And he's getting up slow again.
They are going to move the chains. So a fresh set of downs for the hobble to Matt McDonald.
And I just think you're playing with fire right now. If you're Bowling Green, this just feels like a situation here where you might be happy, just trying to run this clock out and going to overtime.
Interesting you bring that up because there are no receivers in this set and 20 seconds left. They're clearly looking at it and letting it tick down and playing for OT. That's exactly what they'll do.
I think this is the right move.
Well, you see the last overtime games. Bowling Green, new week, same story. Marshall in 2021 against Old Dominion. We'll have extra football on NFL Network when we come back.
Ever hear the one about the frog? Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out.
Here's my resume.
But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. It's alive. But as a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans,
It's usually real-world experience.
it's a story that rings true. We make excuses for how we feel. We push everything down. We tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. And some days, maybe, it is. But you've never been interested in easy. Reaching out is hard. Do it anyway. You're not alone. You've got this. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride? Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
Every Sunday you watch us, but just so you know, we see you too.
We see you, moms, looking for a safe place to raise their kids.
We see you, the heroes who have risked their lives to protect ours.
We see you in the hospitals and cancer wards.
We see you, because your challenges are our challenges. The whole world watches us, but now they're gonna see you too.
So Bowling Green won the toss and opted to play defense. Taoki, you like that decision here?
I do. One, it gives your quarterback who's hobbling a little bit a chance to get himself together. And then you get to see when you get the ball exactly what you need, right? If you can stop them, hold them to a field goal, you know a touchdown wins the game. If they do score, you know your entire play calling is set up to tie the ball game with a touchdown. So I think that's the right call.
See the OT rules here. Each team gets one possession from the opponent's 25-yard line through the first two overtimes. We start a third overtime, alternating two-point conversions to replace the offensive possessions, and must go for two-point conversions after touchdowns starting in the second OT. And again, Bowling Green won the coin toss and opted to play defense.
If I'm Bowling Green. I'm saying I got to stop number 8. I'm going to have to force Henry Colombi to try to win the game through the air. Can't let number 8 beat me.
They fake it to Layburn. That pass was deflected. Marshall had explosive plays in the early stages of this game, but not really much since then.
Big time play by Brand. Faked it, quick throw. Now, you do want to jump if you're 5 yards away from the quarterback. If you're rushing the quarterback in full speed, running towards him, don't jump. If you're caught at the line of scrimmage, jump and get your hands up for the quick throw because the ball's coming out low.
2nd and 10 now for Colombi. Has to escape pressure. Things break down. Colombi's going to have to make something out of nothing there. So an excellent start for the Bowling Green defense. And there's a flag down.
Holding, number 68 offense.
They got a holding on Dalton Tucker.
If you Clint Trickett, you're getting away from, I think, the identity of who you are. Number 8's in the game. Why are we throwing the football 2 straight times? Our offensive line is massive. Each and every one of them over 300 pounds. You had 25 yards to go for a touchdown. And really, number 8 has been the only one that stopped himself tonight. I don't know how you go away from him.
And you're backing yourself into a tougher potential field goal attempt now. At the 35. 2nd and 20. Colombi does connect. 3rd straight pass completion to Corey Gamage to get that yardage back.
Haven't really been able to stop Gamage Jr. all night. This time you bring some pressure. Good pickup there by Layburn, and you got kind of man covers on the outside. You got some help coming from the inside, but Gamage has been a problem they have yet to solve.
Big 3rd and 8.
No way I'm blitzing in this situation. Keep the ball in front of you, come up and make a tackle.
Colombi, things are breaking down, and he will be gobbled up.
Play still going.
Here's fighting for yardage.
And look, that's valuable yardage, partner.
A little heart.
Yes.
Because maybe now you set up a 4th down.
And not a lot of help, too. But this field goal is a lot closer. They got him wrapped up right there. Right around the 32. And he gets almost inside the 20.
Now the field goal attempts. Splits the uprights for Marshall. This means BG can win it with a touchdown.
So look, defensively, that's a nice stand right there by Bowling Green. You did your job. In fact, really ended up with like 2-yard gain on the entire drive. You helped by penalty. I think you helped by play calling. I think not running the football, I think, was a mistake in that situation. Be that as it may, it's a 3-point game, and so now Bowling Green knows exactly what they need to do to win, and if they have to tie.
Reese Marshall makes it a 3-point edge for the Thundering Herd.
Just like I thought you should have kept the ball in Layburn's hands, right now you're keeping it in McDonald's hands.
Bowling Green trying to win it. On the edge is Wimberly. Gets to the 10. Stretches!
It's over.
They do call it a walk-off touchdown for Bowling Green.
The hurdle. Again, the long reach. Does he stay up? Oh, my goodness. I don't know about that. And there are going to be a lot of people being escorted back into the stands because that knee is down at the long 1-yard line. And we have a fight on the field.
Now Bowling Green and Marshall both come together around midfield. Coaches needing to step in here as the tempers flare.
Now think of how crazy this is.
We still need a review too.
You need a review. That's going to come back. And if you're Bowling Green, a personal foul will back you up. This is crazy.
Right now, don't see any flags that were thrown during that skirmish. But they could still determine that after they sort out the paperwork here.
That's right. And, you got ejections on the line and all of that.
The runner was down at the 1.5-yard line. It'll be first and goal at the 1.5.
So let me just say first this. I was wrong. You took the ball out of McDonald's hands and ran a fly sweep. That hadn't worked all night, but it worked when it counted.
To a running back in Wimberley who stepped into a larger role today with Jamal Johnson out, among others. Right now, as the official mentioned there, first and goal on the 1.5-yard line. Not a touchdown. First and goal on the 1.5-yard line, but obviously setting them up in very good position.
And as you thought, there were no flags down, so the skirmish didn't affect the ball game. Love the effort, but that knee was down clearly. Did all he could do, though. So again, this is where not being a running football team, at least having the success of running tonight, makes it a little bit tougher proposition for Max Warner. What does he dial up? You know the guys in the white jerseys are going to be aggressive, but you got to be smart. You can't get too cute out yourself. They ran the reverse on their last touchdown. What does he dial up here? Timeout. Thundering Herd.
Marshall takes the timeout, wanting to talk things over here.
Listen to the crowd. They don't like it.
They'll need 4 stops on the goal line. Physicality of the Marshall Thundering Herd is a part of their identity. That's a plus here if you're a Marshall fan, if you're a Bowling Green fan. Things look pretty right now.
So if I'm in that huddle with Marshall, I'm telling our defensive linemen, they're not going to go hard count. Because you don't want to give up 5 yards if one of your guys jump for the other side of getting a half a yard, right? So they're not going to go hard count. They're going to go on 1. So I'm teeing off if I'm a defensive lineman. I got to get penetration, and trample the run on the way to the quarterback if they decide to throw the football. But I'm teeing off. If I'm on the other side of the field, I'm telling my offensive line, hold your water. We cannot afford a penalty here. No penalties. We need clean football.
7th overtime game in Bowling Green history. Lost in OT last week against Eastern Kentucky. A chance to win the game on first and goal.
The last time we saw them in a tight formation like that, they went play action to the tight end. I think they're going to run the football here.
They fake it to him. McDonald pressured, drops it off. He stretches for the end zone. He's in. A walk-off winner for Bowling Green. Falcon fans flood the field on their centennial homecoming. The 100th homecoming in school history, capped off by a dramatic overtime victory.
Jason, they ran the exact same play they scored in the previous possession, but they took the tight end away, but left the running back wide open in the flat. But again, Matt McDonald keeping his poise. First man's taken away, let me move and hit the second progression in my offense. Throw a catchable ball, make a tremendous effort to dive in the end zone. That's how you do it, partner.
Wow. What a game. What a Saturday night. Bowling Green, after trailing 14-0 in the beginning of this game, Marshall was fresh off an upset over Notre Dame. Looked like they were just going to keep the momentum rolling. Instead, the Falcons get their first win of the season in dramatic fashion, bouncing back from an overtime loss a week ago.
And that's why we watch. We don't know. You got to show up and watch. It's a 4-quarter game. We got to love this game because of that drama right there. They can't write it in Hollywood, folks. It's better than any script we've ever seen.
The Falcons love it. We loved it. Thanks for tuning in on NFL Network. For Tioka Jackson, I'm Jason Ross Jr. saying so long for our wonderful NFL Network crew.
Football is back, and you can watch your favorite teams with Fubo TV. Never miss a highlight with NFL Network. Streaming live on all your devices. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Some things leave you guessing. MailChimp takes the guesswork out of email marketing by analyzing data from billions of emails to offer suggestions for how to improve engagement and revenue. Guess less and sell more with Intuit MailChimp.
We need someone to be there, knowing they'll always care. Someone who lights your way each and every day. Doing what you love is everything, so we can celebrate the joy it brings. There's so much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be